All right, now we're going to go over adding points of interest in Overland Bound 1, OB1. And points of interest are all the resources that you see on the map. And just to review that really quickly, these are all the resources that you can add. Now, our goal with adding resources is to have the app get out of your way, depending on what you are doing. If you are traveling down a trail, you don't want to spend a lot of time adding a location and providing a lot of details. Sure, do that later, but what we're going to go through today is the variety of different ways that you can add a location in Overland Bound 1. So the first thing to know is that you do it primarily with the plus button. That's the big yellow button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Hit that, and the things you can add will show up in a menu list. Adding a location is primarily what we're talking about. So when you first open it, it is going to have sort of a generic form field, and then you select the location type from the list. Now, each location type has different parameters. So if we set it to campsite, then you'll see parameters that are available for a campsite. If you select services, they will change and they will be different. So it just depends on the type of location that you are adding. We do this for information for folks that may find your location later. We want to provide them with the information that is useful. Locations, also known as resources in the app, are super high quality. We try and set a really high bar, and for that reason, when you create a location in this way and you add all the details, it is uploaded to our servers, and there's an admin queue, an admin process that happens. Currently, it takes about 12 to 24 hours for that approval to take place, but you'll see it in your app right away. Other people won't see it for a little while. And again, we do that for quality, make sure that the campsite is actually a campsite, etc. Okay, so that is the main way to add a location. Now you're going to note adding a location in this way takes some time. So this is when you're sitting around the campfire later and you have time and you really want to create a high quality location for other people to find. You can, of course, add it privately as well if it's a campsite that only you want to know about, okay? So that is the primary way to add a location. Again, it's that plus key, add location, select your type, and you're off to the races. But what about some other ways to add a location if you're in a bit more of a hurry? So anywhere on the map, you're traveling along, anywhere on the map, you can long press on the map. You won't see this in the video, of course, but what I'm doing is I'm long pressing on the map, and in a moment, a temporary pin pops up, and it gives you as much information as can be fetched for that location. And again, it depends if you're on or offline as well. But you've got some basic information here. Now, right away, if you're just trying to mark a location on the map, all you do is click bookmark, you're done. That location is now on the map. It's just a marker. The great thing about that is that once you have a marker, you can tap the GPS coordinates, copy the coordinates to the clipboard. You can send it via text. You can send it in an email. If I click the share button, you'll see my friends and family here. It will give you different options for sharing that location, and that will bring them right into the Overland Bound 1 app so they can find it. And then of course you can navigate to that location with your favorite turn-by-turn street app. So that is a really quick way to add a location to the map. Now, if you want to provide a bit more detail so you remember it, but you don't want to go through the entire process, what you can do is you can long press, and then this plus quick. That means you're saving a resource, a location quickly. So all you do is you click plus quick, select your type, set. Boom. And we create the summary card as well as the detail card right away with as much information as we have about that location. So that's a very fast way for you to add a location, and then you can go and edit the details later. Let me show you how to do that. My locations, boom. Your locations will appear in the quick save list. If you added a bunch of details and they were uploaded, they'll be in the uploaded list, and anything that's pending that has not uploaded yet, it's just waiting for good cell service, will be in the pending list. But on quick save, what you can do is you can go to that location you just added, you can delete it, or you can edit that location, add the details, and this is an important point. Important point. Oops. From the gallery. Boom. Once you fill in all of the details, let's make this a private one just to underscore that we can do that. Always open, general maintenance. Okay, now I'm going to update. I've added all the required information for this location. If I didn't add all the information required for this location, it would have prompted me and it would have said fill in all required information. Now that I've edited my quick save and added further detail, this will now get saved and uploaded to the overland bound servers. That's how that works. It happens automatically. So now if we go to my locations, uploaded, boom, there it is. So now you have an archived version of your point of interest, an archived copy of this on our servers. So, God forbid you lose your phone or something happens, you delete the app, you still have that location. Even though it's set private to you, nobody else can see it, it is archived on our servers, so you won't lose that information. That's very important to us. Okay, so that is how you quick save a location, and that is how you change a quick saved location to something that is public and uploaded to our servers. Okay? All right, there's a lot of detail there. Now, I'm going to show you one other way that I feel, this is my favorite way to add a location. And an example of getting the app out of your way. When you're traveling down the trail and you want to save a location, what if you could do it simply by taking a photo with your phone? Wouldn't that be handy? Well, guess what? You can. Okay, so you're traveling down the trail, you're like, hey, that looks like an awesome spot, or look, there's a swimming hole, or look, there's water there. Just take a picture. That's it. That's all you got to do. Then later, when you're around the campfire, you can relax in your chair with a frosty beverage of your choice, and you can add a location. You can get a location from a photo. The second icon from the bottom, just above the 3D icon, that one that looks like a photo in a magnifying glass, click on that, get the location where a photo was taken. We're going to select that location, and boom. There it is. Bam. Now you can save, you can bookmark that temporary spot. You can quick save it, and it's that easy, right? I mean, how easy is that? Now, if you go through the add location process, you can use that here as well. Get location from photo, bam. Select from gallery. My boots. That was pretty close to that last spot because that's at Chicken Corners. So that is a way to really move along quickly. Just snap a photo with your phone. Later, you can add that location. All right. Now, I did mention public-private. I want to add a little bit more detail to that, you guys. This is kind of getting into power user territory. If you if you save a location as private, right, that's up in the required information, okay? If you save a location as private, here's the deal. Nobody can find or see that location on the map, but you can. And if you share that location to one of your good friends, then they will be able to see it by clicking on the link that you shared with them. It will open their version of the OB1 app, and they will be able to see it. However, if they tap away from the summary card, it will disappear. They'll have to follow your link again. Okay? So if you want to share a private location with a friend of yours and say, meet me here, you can do it in that way. All right, now, recording a track. We're going to go over that really quickly because that is also a type of location in Overland Bound 1. And again, you tap the plus icon when you're on the plan tab. Let me mention that. When you are on the plan tab, that's how you add locations. When you are on the events tab and you click plus, it will go into the event creation flow. All right. Now that's important because it's important to remember that that plus icon in the lower right is context sensitive depending on what map tab you're on. If you're on the members tab, then it will go through the check-in process. So it is context sensitive, so remember that. Man, look at all the locations added by our community. It keeps growing and growing and growing. Now, you guys, you can get into filtering. So if you don't want to see all those kinds of resources, that's not what this tutorial is about, but I just wanted to mention it because, you know, there's a lot of information on the app. So that's great, but also giving you control to filter it. So that is how you add the various types of information, you guys. Hope that was useful, and I will see you in the next tutorial.